Definitely just burned my finger while I was down there. A little bit. Alright, the stream has started. Do not tell me that it's not working. I'm queuing for competitive literally right away. I have at least one game I can play before I have to eat. I'm setting an alarm for 10 minutes, and as soon as that alarm goes off, my food is not cold anymore.
We are Cloak and Dagger. We are hope and fear.
Not gonna lie, this should have been a quick play game, but whatever. Oh, thank God Mantis got through, and not my pick. Oh, that would be so good if she got Johnny's Storm. Not 3 BPS.
Round high and I create equilibrium. When it gets disturbed.
This feels empty.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready. Reed, you do have a plan to stop Victor, don't you, darling?
Would you still love me if I said, not yet?
Of course. But I would also be extremely concerned.
As would I, my dear. As would I.
We better test this out. The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the...
Nah, cause fuck that. We're not losing. I'm not losing like this, bro. I'm not about to be the only healer.
But I did have the Avengers. Same thing.
I made it very clear. If we're running 3 TPS, we're running 4 DPS. Bro, you did not just do that to bait me off of Cloak and Dagger. Guess you really wanted the solo heal that badly, huh? I don't care. They want to run 3 DPS, I'll run 4. I have points to lose. And I got a pizza that's cooling down on a 10-minute timer. This is a 4-minute round followed by another 4-minute round. That's perfect for me. Yeah, I see it. Oh, look at that. Suddenly we have 3 healers because people fucking don't want to ego anymore. And they want to be real and they don't want to be annoying. And ego this shit anymore and they want to win. So we suddenly get 3 healers. when people realize that the shit is not sweet.
That put a spring in my step. Enemy in front of us. I needed that.
Spider-Man, get all the way off my dick, please.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Bro, no one messing with you, bro. No one gives a fuck.
The eye is open. The Vishanti guide.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
All systems smash.
Surface enemies. You owe me one.
Problem solved!
That put a spring in my step.
Nah, cause I ain't America going back and forth on these trade wars. I meant it. I'm DPS, I meant it. 25% tariff on DPS, bro. I'm not taking it away. I don't care. We win or we lose. I can take a loss. I've taken them before.
I unleash the Vishanti. Maximum pulse. That's what happens when you.
Oh, Loki just burned his all. We should be getting this for free. I had a crazy ult. That should be a winning team fight ult. Like, what are we doing?
Let's pop back up under their noses.
My time to shine.
Everybody ready? Ready to radiate.
Get that vehicle moving again.
My Their forces outnumber.
Oh, I can't wait to eat this pizza and go to bed.
To pursue.
But I keep walking. My name. I'm sorry, that song is so dumb. That might be a bottom 2 song on that album.
I'm gonna find whoever took me out last time.
Mm.
Full gamma power, baby.
Nah, listen, my team doesn't understand how much I don't give a fuck. If we don't get this point, I'm okay with it. I eat sooner. Hello.
Powering up.
Oh, I lost Hulk.
We're wasting precious time.
Everybody needs a hand sometimes.
Problem solved.
The sooner we deliver it, the better. Final 10 seconds.
That put a spring in my step.
I really want to hold my ult to beat a support ultimate like Cloak and Dagger or something equivalent. Probably gonna die, honestly, so who cares? Oh, I burned my ult so bad, I literally don't even know if the enemy team even knows I did.
The current score is
Walk through fire for you, I saw you,
time to switch things up.
money,
for everybody.
We are Cloak and Dagger.
It's the only Cloak and Dagger back. Bye.
And fear.
Mm-hmm.
Round 2, go!
People are always afraid of Ty, but they just don't know him.
But he said what?
He'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
You guys are the coolest. I always thought so. Now let's kick some butt, shall we?
You're pretty cool yourself. Being able to understand animals. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, all you have to do is listen.
You're
Does anybody like Doom? He's such an ego
Battle
maniac.
starts
He
in
probably
5,
patronizes
4,
himself.
3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Why did he pee all over the bed and stuff?
Worth checking this place out.
What does that mean?
This place is worth a good look. Enemy located.
Oh, bro, don't let him spray him with a fucking hose. Don't let him do that.
I'm back to shed some light.
Loki Laufeyson at your service.
I don't let him. I'm not gonna argue about this, honest to God. Let him or don't. Correct his behavior or don't. Cause he's not coming here and spraying everything. I'm gonna say that right now. He's not doing it. He's gonna get sprayed if he starts spaying. He's gonna start getting spraying. He's not about to start peeing all over my shit. I don't care if it's a part of nature or a part of biology or a part of evolution or a part of whatever. He's not peeing on my shit, bro. So if he comes here and he starts doing that, he's gonna stop. My timer's gonna go off in like a minute. Honestly questioning even if I set a timer, because I feel like it should already be going off by now. So I don't even know if I set one. I didn't.
Just keep going.
What? Huh? Oh, how much? I didn't realize I was still streaming. I didn't realize I was streaming. I'm about to get off anyways because I gotta go get my pizza and eat it because it's cooled down now. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take my headset off for a second. Alright, I'm back. Is it alright if I call you back in a bit? I just want to eat real quick and then call you back.
Have you seen or spoken about this? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a larger thing I want to talk about, which is that. So, Canada went to the UK. Canadian politics, I want to say Canada. But a Canadian politician is going to the UK to begin talks to explore getting Canada under the British nuclear umbrella because they want nuclear protection from America. Like they're literally trying to have France and the UK sign a deal that would offer them nuclear protection from their southern neighbor, which is just a truly crazy thought, and absolutely astronomically crazy thought from just 2 years ago. The idea that Canada would have allies ready to nuke America where they get advantage, it's just crazy. I mean, it's like I would never have thought we'd get. And what you spoke about is a larger trend of militarization among Europe. So we've talked about the debt brake in Germany. Maybe not enough, but we talked about it. It's the idea that in Germany they have a really, really strict rule on government spending, where you can't spend more than a certain amount of GDP in debt. So because of that, Germany has one of the lowest debt levels in all of Europe and all of the world. Their debt to GDP is shockingly low for a big Western developed nation. But it's caused issues. They've been very difficult to reinvest in their own infrastructure. Germany has a lot of crumbling roads, crumbling infrastructure, bridges, ports, power lines. All that stuff is in trouble, and they want to reinvest in it. Well, the debt brake just got relaxed for the first time. Well, I don't know if it's passed yet, but they're pushing for it. Today, or yesterday, to do a huge European defense fund. Germany is spending like 500 billion euros, something wild, on a huge remilitarization effort, which of course always ends well. I've never seen a German rearmament that hasn't gone swimmingly for the world, but this is happening. America is an incredible place to be rich, but it kind of sucks to be normal. In lots of Europe, it's less exciting to be rich, harder to get there, but so much more comfortable and stress-free to be normal. My family is French, and I struggle in France, but no one's sitting on a pile of useless debt like the majority of people around me at my age. I think it's been a very decent food on from there here. I think they both have problematic sides. I'm not trying to both sides here, I just think it gets painted that way a lot, but they both create stresses and cracks in the system that eventually have to be resolved. I do like France's system, but it's also running into its own challenges. Namely, they have a aging, less productive society that is now falling behind in competitiveness in a lot of things. That is eventually going to break down the system that created the wealth that allowed for these social safety nets to begin with. And so things that the government is trying to do to fix that, like raising the retirement age, are causing riots in France. They're causing big problems. And there's no easy way to fix it. Additionally, they also have massive debt. The country, as well as America, has massive debt that the country is now trying to figure out how to pay. You can do it by raising taxes, but if the tax burden falls on regular people, they're already not getting paid as well. So they have their own problem. I don't know the solution here. It's different tactics, and they're all running into problems. But I would be careful to frame it as like one side has it figured out. Isn't the militarization of other countries actually not as bad as you think in order to have more? I don't have a thought on it yet. No. Believe me, I'm sort of making a joke about Germany's past tendency to militarize and then cause problems. I'm not saying that'll happen this time. I'm just saying there's a history of that happening. What you think about it in general is that the globe getting more militarized is probably bad. I believe we'd all spend less on our military and have no major global conflicts because they all end in death and disaster. It's also unproductive spending, right? If a country is spending a lot of money on the military, that doesn't actually do anything. It's just you're paying for a missile to blow something up. There's no return on that investment. So you do it because you have to, but it's not a great use of all your money. As Russia becomes, I will tell you right now, what if all conflict will resolve in a game of hockey? Canadian dream. The Canadian dream. This is Trudeau talking to Trump in 2 years as a last-ditch effort. Forget this invasion. Just one big game of hockey. It would be funny if it was like Minecraft Parkour Civilization, but it's like World Hockey Civilization, and the Canadian Empire just dominates the globe. Just an endless invasion of Canadian hockey players with like a Wayne Gretzky flag. We need some new wars so we can have more new stuff for Call of Duty games to save Activision. I've never thought about that. I never thought about the poor developers at Activision. Can you imagine how fire it's going to be to have a Call of Duty game come out about the war you're currently serving in? Imagine being a zoomer drafted into World War III, and while you're at the barracks, you get to play the COD for the war that you're in. That's so lucky. No one ever got that before. That's fucking badass. You think they'll make a Ukraine versus Russia game? No. hope not. It all gets commoditized eventually, so maybe, honestly, maybe, but I hope not. Actually, I'm gonna be dead honest with you. If the war in Ukraine ended today, 3 to 5 years from now, having a game about it, I think it's so normal it would happen. I think that would 100% happen. That's actually not. That's actually, I shouldn't have any faith that wouldn't happen. That would happen. Didn't they make a Nicolas Cage movie about 9/11 like a year after 9/11? Am I crazy? Wasn't there a 9/11 Hollywood movie with Nicolas Cage? When did that happen? 2006. Okay, 5 years after. So right about this, yeah. 5 years after 9/11, there was a Nicolas Cage 9/11 movie. Was it tasteful or like a comedy? There's a fucking middle ground. It wasn't tasteful, I think, to have a 9/11 movie 5 years after. It wasn't an open comedy. It wasn't like Nicolas Cage being like, what are those planes doing? It was a serious movie, but it wasn't tasteful to me. They're already making Luigi Mangione documentaries that happened just 4 months ago. Yeah, I mean, the pipeline from events happening in real life to like streaming service special documentary on it has gotten shockingly short. And the story's not even over. Genuine question, Big A. Everything I learned about America and its economy just paints a bleak picture of the future. And as an outside observer, I feel like I'd like to go anywhere else but America right now. Have you ever thought about immigrating to another country? It's really interesting because it seems like calm confident. Well, first of all, let me say that my situation economically is not standard. So it's a little easier for me to be calm and confident. I have to just admit that up front. Because if you don't talk about it, it's insane to ignore. But what I want to say is I want to be real here. I haven't seriously looked into leaving the country, as I mentioned with that Aiden and I talk show we did. I'm generally of the opinion that I want to stay in America and try to fight for America and try to make it better. And I feel American. You know, just even though I grew up in different countries, I feel American. The one thing that made me seriously consider it was the strategic crypto reserve. If that actually happens, right now it's just a tweet. There's no evidence that it's going to get created or they're going to spend taxpayer money on it. But if that actually happens, it would then cause me to. I'm less concerned about where I live and more of like I would need to reduce my exposure to the dollar extremely. If I saw that U.S. dollars were being printed or borrowed to buy crypto, I would just do whatever I can to get out of the U.S. financial system because I wouldn't trust it. But however, my longer point is this: I need to be real here. If you are leaving America to search for this glorious, better economy, you're going to have a harder time finding it than you think. The slowdown problems are worldwide. If you're in Canada, they are pissed about their economy right now. If you're in Mexico, they're pissed about their economy. I mean, no. I mean, yes, they are. There's things that are more unfriendly in certain parts. If you're in Australia, if you're in the UK, if you're in Germany, if you're in even France.
Dude, you all say, oh, you're milking it.
Everyone is feeling an economic malaise. A slowdown, harder to get jobs, expensive housing. The Nordic countries, they're still pissed about certain changes, but they have a little bit of safety net. They're harder to get citizenship in. It's difficult for you to go live in Norway, get a part of that sovereign wealth fund, okay? So I just want you to know that it's not like it's like America is doing terribly and everyone else is rosy. It's like we're at the end of a global debt cycle that's like, now everything's all creaky and bad and your back hurts. And the problems are starting to mount, which leads to like political change and stressful times. It's an unfortunate period to get hot potato. I should have been born in the 70s, straight white male. That would have been a really good choice in America. You would have a much easier 30, 40 years, but you kind of that one up. I do believe we'll figure it all out. Not that it won't be messy in the middle, but I do believe we'll figure it all out. Humanity's done it before in much worse spots. Should they give a break on tariffs for Ford and GM? Yeah, dude, because it's like, dude, if you're making a car in North America, even out of Ford plant or whatever, okay, right here, you like ship the engine here to get the pistons added, then ship it back here to get the steel changed out, and then it goes to Mexico to add the tires or whatever, and then it goes, you know what I'm saying? Like the car crosses the border like 7 times before it's done. And so the tariffs were getting applied every time. It was literally impossible for auto manufacturers in North America to function, so they did an exemption for autos today because it was like just a disaster. Where's the Gulf of America? Oh dear God, woke that. S.A. baby. Thank God. And this should be the North. Well, this should be the Trump Ocean. And Caribbean Sea just sounds wrong. It should be the No DEI Sea. Where's Mount Trump? I think you should buy Mount Everest where you have Mount Trump. Anyway, this map's pretty out of date. We're going to need to expand the border up here a bit. Don't make the first day jokes beneath you. It's so funny that I was talking to someone about this today. I was talking with a Canadian about this today, and they were like, I really like the first day jokes until Trump started repeating them so much. And now I'm like, I don't like the jokes anymore. I actually think we should stop doing that. Which is fair. I think in good faith, I am not trying to launch an invasion into Canada, but I do see how it would be annoying to have your southern neighbor question your sovereignty openly when you don't have nuclear weapons. But however, it happens to me all the time with Dan Clancy, and I don't make jokes about it. I constantly have Dan Clancy talking about, what if we annexed your house and put it into Clancyville? And it's like, Clancy, that's not funny. But you have nukes, though? Call them left and right. Yeah, Dan Clancy's great. He's just a really, 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 really devoted leader, to his town. And that could be admirable. So I had to tell my boy he had to think more about his edgy jokes, because nowadays there's some of the actual things people say. This happened to me recently. It was at Genesis where I was walking around with the Let's Go Brandon, with my Let's Go Brandon flask. Because Evan Dow gave this to me. I thought it was so funny. So I'm like taking swigs out of my Let's Go Brandon flask. And then I was like, wait a minute. Like, this is easily misinterpreted. It's not like, to me, it's an obvious joke, but you don't know. Yeah, I'm too bottom coated with this flannel.
Welcome back to another episode of Cringe Confessional. Cringe Confessional, the only show on the internet where you can see some of the most harrowing tales of IRL embarrassment. I set up a forum, cringe.cody.gg, where people can anonymously send me their most embarrassing stories, their cringiest moments in their life, and I can laugh about it. And it's totally anonymous. And we're all going to laugh about it together. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you like it. If you don't, I get it. I know a lot of people don't like embarrassing content. But I hope, maybe you will. It's worth a shot. Let's get to cringing.
Once in middle school, they did an art contest in which everyone could participate.
Oh.
I decided to make something even though I wasn't really expecting to win or anything. A lot of ideas were flowing through my head, and then it came. I had the big idea and had 2 days to make it.
Okay.
So after finishing it, I bring it to the school, and since I was at the Arts and Crafts Club, I decided to show it to some of the people there. I painted a ripped-off muscular Tails the Fox from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Are you here? Is the person that submit this here with us right now? I would like to speak on this. Did you send it? I just want to see. Not for my own collection, obviously, but like, what spurred this burst of creative inspiration? Like, you're just sitting at home, you're like, oh god, this art thing coming. By the way, you didn't have to enter the art contest. You said you didn't expect to win. You're not a natural artist, right? Why did you decide to enter with this? I just want to know what caused this inspiration. That's all. You sound like a very creative young man.
At that point, I'm surprised none of the teachers who saw it found it inappropriate, even though it was pretty much a naked muscular man with a tail skin. It even got hung off with all the other art pieces that participated on the main hall.
Oh,
and by the way,
oh no.
I obviously didn't win the contest, but I still find it very funny that they let it slide without saying a thing. I still have it and can send a photo of it. It's actually not that bad of a painting.
Please do. I am pissed. It's almost weirder, right? Like, if it's a really good painting, that's way weirder. Because then it's just like, this kid has practiced before. This kid has talent. I regret to inform you guys that because of the backlog of Cringe Confessions, we get a lot of stories. This is from June of last year. So I don't even know if they're still here. But if you are, please send me that tale. How weird must it be to be a teacher in, like, middle school? When people, like, don't know what they're doing, and people are, like, finding out who they are, and they're just fucking weird. Just weird kids. Like, if I would want to teach elementary school kids, because, like, they're weird, but they're weird in that, like, I like to put peanut butter on my nose, LOL. It's like, oh, stop, you'll die. I like to paint naked tails. Maybe keep doing that. You can have a big career on Patreon. I don't know.
I was around 12 years old and went to visit my aunt and uncle for the weekend. When it
Your
came
aunt
time
and
for
uncle?
bed, they set me up in the media room, which had those double doors that close, but leave a small gap in the center.
Why do those exist? Like saloon doors, you mean? Or like a closet? Did they put you in a closet?
At this age, I had just begun to figure out masturbating.
No fucking way. With your aunt and uncle, who you don't stay with regularly. Like if your mom walks in, it's like one thing, it's embarrassing. Whatever. I mean, you clearly got caught, but how bad was it?
As any 12-year-old boy does, I look up sex on YouTube and begin to jostle my Johnson.
Does that work?
While I'm winking my splinky, I hear a banging sound on the doors.
Banging?
At this age, I still believed in ghosts, so I just assumed the ghost was banging on the door.
Hey! Stop that! I live here! The ghost was probably standing right next to you. And then you just whip that shit out and start going. He's like, oh fuck! And you start, that's why they put you in here! I'd be mad as hell!
Scare away the ghost. I make a weird face at the door, Willie still in hand, YouTube sex documentary still playing loudly.
It's a ghost! What do you think you're... How are you gonna scare a ghost? Goes, oh! Oh my god!
This happens 3 more times and I get the same reaction to the ghost.
He's turning around and making a weird face at the ghost on the other end of the room, banging on the door?
The next morning, my aunt and uncle ask if I'm okay, and I don't really know why they're acting so strange. Only years later do I realize what I had done.
Yeah, listen, Curtis can't stay with us anymore. And also, I think you need to talk with him about his internet use habits. It's an aunt and an uncle, right? It's not even a grandma and a grandpa. The aunt and uncle is way worse. Because they're like the same age as the parents. Imagine you have your nephew over, and he's just jacking off in the media room, and when you just, hey, to let him know that you know what he's doing, he just turns around and gives you googly eyes 3 times too? But hey, listen, when you're that young, hormones take over. I get it. I think 12 is pretty young. That's but people make dumb decisions at that age, right?
So at work I usually handle taking customer returns.
Okay.
One day back when I was still not as used to the job, this lady comes in with her return in a box. I try to check the item inside despite her warning, and pull it out to see it's a fucking vibrator.
Alright.
In shock I accidentally say fairly loudly oh, and quickly shoved it back in the box.
Uh-huh.
To make matters worse, this poor lady who is standing there embarrassed tries to smooth things over by saying quietly, I'm very lonely.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh, why did she have to do that? That's horrible. She didn't have to say anything. I think that's the worst part. She could have just let that rock. Like non-lonely people buy stuff too, right? Rare actual cringe on CC. Yeah, that's kind of bad actually. This one is pretty bad. I will say that. I feel like you have to see the return though. You have to look at it, right? That's like part of the process. You don't just pick the box and go, okay, I guess I'm return. You have to open it up. What if there wasn't a vibrator in there? What if it was a twig or a stick? You never looked. Honestly, you were just doing your job. That's fine.
It's my birthday and I invited her
Happy
to
birthday!
online event I was holding for a good group of my friends. Before this, we had just went to Prague with each other 6 days ago. We weren't going out, but she agreed to be my date.
Cool.
There's this one boy we both know named Adrian that she supposedly was just friends with.
Uh-huh.
During the time I went to go pee-pee.
Don't say that. I really don't like you saying that.
During the time I went to go pee-pee, and I come back and see them slow dancing together.
I bet Adrian doesn't say PP. I bet Adrian doesn't say that. You think Adrian goes potty? You think he goes tinkle?
I went back over to her and proceeded to slow dance with her then with a joke to make it less awkward for me interrupting them.
Okay, I guess that's kind of funny. Like you slow dance with her and then you slow dance with him, like it kind of. It's awkward, but I get it. I get where the idea is, right? You're trying to like lessen it a little bit. It's a little weird, but like I don't think it's good, but I kind of understand.
We talked about it later, and she just said he asked her to dance.
Uh-huh.
Now during my event, I wanted to do something similar to Crunch Confessional with my friends, since it's such an amazing idea.
It really is.
Of course, she's there, and when everyone submitted their story, she does as well.
Oh. But she knows you're there. Like, why would she do that in front of you? Surely she doesn't name you. She won't name you.
When I look at the story she submitted, it was about me cock blocking her. My prom day,
Whoa.
another guy. We never did nothing together, as she told me that she didn't want to have sex until she went to college.
Okay.
She then proceeded to send that story, and immediately leave with me having to explain it to nearly 15 other people all at once.
Alright,
The whole event, including this, was
the
also
what?
uploaded onto YouTube by my friend for a group YouTube channel.
Why? Why would you document that? Why did you do that? No, 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 delete that. What are you doing? Let's watch it? No! I'm not watching that. Delete that now. You had the idea. Well, I had the idea. But you had the idea to do my thing. And now they're doing this to you? Did she say it was you? Because you're making it sound like you had to explain it in front of all of them. They know who she went with at prom, so they get it for her. Oh, yeah, she shouldn't say that. There are ways to dance around this. Everyone deserves L's in this story. This is gross. This is just old high school, dumb, gross. It just makes me feel nasty. I hate this. That's a bad story, but it is pretty strange.
Be me, probably still pre-kindergarten age.
Okay.
Come from an average, middle-class white family.
Are you green texting on Cringe Confessional? Alright, I'm you. I'm you, and I came from an average middle-class white family. What next?
Have a black uncle named Billy.
Okay.
Billy never gets in the pool like everyone else. I find this really weird, because everyone loves swimming.
Alright.
Then I have an epiphany.
Push Billy in.
Realize that Billy is afraid of the water.
Alright.
So I'm all of my childlike wisdom. I explain, Billy, I know why you're so much darker than everyone. You can't take a bath because you're afraid of the water. My family, including Billy, are crying from laughter.
Billy is just really dirty? You think he just has never had a bath? Undo. Hey, they took it well. Everybody's laughing. Even Billy's laughing. You guys, it's all a good time.
So now, some 20 or so years later, this story still gets brought up in family gatherings. If Billy and I are both there.
Okay.
So I'm constantly reminded about my hypothesis
Oh, that's it?
why my favorite uncle is so dark.
Oh, come on. This is funny. This is fine. No, this is a fun family story. Yeah, they're just gonna remind you of it. Dude, kids are dumb. You're pre-kindergarten, so I told you guys this story. The Snoop viewers might remember this tale. When you have a kid, I've got a 3-year-old. When you have a kid, you don't think of all the things that you have to tell them and run through all the drills and things that you have to sort of talk to them about. And my daughter, she'll see kids, and she'll get excited. She'll see like kids her age, and she'll know they're her age, and she'll be like, "Oh, hi friend," and she'll run over. She likes making friends. My daughter is very animated, right? She saw a little person the other day. She like ran up to them and said, hi friend," and I don't think they noticed. They just kept walking, and I think they may have just been on other stuff, and she didn't do it loudly, but yeah, it was kind of uncomfortable. And I didn't, like, you don't run through that. You don't know to teach them that, right? And what do I say now? She's not really old enough to comprehend it, even if I explained it still, so it's just a lot of things like that. So thinking that if you come from a white family and you randomly have a black uncle, I could see being a little confused, although I still don't know why he was so afraid of water. That's still, that is a little curious. I should have pushed him into the pool. I thought that's where that was going. I pushed him into the pool, and I found out he couldn't swim, and he had to go to the ER. That's what I thought was going to happen, but thank goodness it didn't.
When I was about 6 years old, the whole class was invited to a classmate's laser tag birthday party.
Okay.
It was my first time at laser tag, and I was very excited, though it was not made clear to me that in order for the guns and vests to work, the room has to be dark. I did not like the dark. The play area was decorated with biohazard symbols, and upon being shot, the vests would flash and let out a robotic voice clip which said, "You are dead." And the kid would struggle to tell fiction from reality.
Oh my God!
This was a little too much for me, so I looked for the exit.
Oh my God, dude! You were 6? I would be scared. I would think that I died. I'm a ghost on Earth. I got shot by the laser tag gun. Why did my parents take me here? What kind of a birthday party is this? I would be sure I was dead. And now you have to look for the exit. You can't find it. Thinking your soul is just condemned to walk amongst those halls forever.
Unfortunately, the maze-like layout
Yeah, you're
and
stuck.
the horror led
Yep,
made escape
you're
almost
trapped there.
impossible.
Yeah.
So
In
there
that
I am,
moment.
dark maze surrounded on all sides by kids bigger than me. Their faces prominently.
Oh my God!
Like that's fight or flight time. So what did I do?
Cried, right?
No, I didn't shit myself.
I thought you cried.
Instead,
Yeah,
my feeble
okay.
6-year-old arm struck the nearest kid over the head as hard as I could.
You gotta get out of there! Fight or flight! Fight or flight! The only thing they fear is you. You gotta get out of there. The vet said I'm dead. Today is the day that I live. Rip and tear. I would get the fuck out of there by any means necessary. I would go on a fucking rampage just with the butt of the gun, kill tactically. All right, what happened?
Instead, the kid quite likely retaliated and said,
Oh no, did he throw two?
The adults
Oh God.
only saw 2 kids causing trouble and kicked both of us out no more than 2 minutes into an hour-long party.
Wait, how long? 2 minutes into an hour-long party? Dude, I feel so bad for that other kid. You fucked up his whole party. If I was that other kid, I'd be mad as hell. Some kid got scared and hit me with a gun, and now I have to sit the party out.
The 2 of us were forced to get along in the neighboring soft play area until the end of the party.
Never mind, based adults. That's great. Fantastic adult parenting there. I hope you both learned a lesson. If I was that kid, we're enemies until the end of time. How old was the kid? Well, it's just that the nearest kid over the head with my light gun as hard as I could. All the kids were bigger, so probably around 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Tracked him into the afterlife with me. Never go out without a fight. Based, actually. Good story. And well told. I like that. Dude, yeah, I don't think you're old enough for Lady Dead 6. Or at least don't have things saying you are dead. That would confuse me too. Like, what did I even do? Show me something.
Back when I was in 12th grade, prom was coming up and people were starting to do their prom
hell
calls
yeah.
to their
We're in
friends'
high school
crushes.
now. Fuck yeah. That's where all the cringe happens.
I had a crush on my good friend, and she liked to play Overwatch a lot at the time.
Ooh, this can go.
So I got around 15 of my friends to help me with it. All of them dressed up in Ian McDullar's store gear to act as one of the characters from the game.
Okay.
So when the day came, I walked into class with a team in a full suit with theme music and all, and gave her a letter to recruit her to join the team.
There's no way. You're telling me you walked in with a speaker with 15 of your friends dressed up as every Overwatch character.
Good, of the game.
I would die if I was the girl. This is the one thing you know about her, that she sometimes likes Overwatch. It's the one thing you know. Surely she responded appropriately. I bet she loved this in front of the whole class.
I even printed and painted 3D Shurikens for her based on
Oh
her
my
favorite
God!
character.
She plays Genji! Genji, man!
She loved it. Everyone loved it. It was recorded and even put in the yearbook.
Oh, fuck me. Never mind. Alright, I feel so stupid. The whole point of this show is to send cringe, not uplifting memories that will last a lifetime. He won. You won with that. Actual play of the game. Okay, alright, so it's in the yearbook. When does this get bad?
Fast forward 3 weeks. I go to pick her up, and she tells me she is no longer interested in going with me.
What?
Now here I am alone at prom after everyone knew what I did being basically stood out. We haven't spoken to each other since.
What?
Still killed it on the dance floor though.
That's it? That's the whole story. You went through all that trouble.
No.
Now, okay, listen, now that's an AWOL moment. I don't like saying it too much, alright? You guys know how I feel. Yeah, but that, I would say that's an AWOL moment. I guess you do feel obligated to say yes. After all of that, after all the work that you put in, you do kind of have to say yes. Especially when you're doing that in front of the whole school. That's a peer pressure thing? I guess so.
Be me, female, in 7th grade at a Catholic elementary or middle school.
It's the second person I've been tonight. I'm sick of being you guys.
Growing up, I always wanted to be one of the boys, because I liked them more than the girls in my class. Hence, I would always try to laugh at their jokes and get in on them. One day in religion class, we watched some video from a 22-year-old guy who talked about being Catholic as a young person or something. Nobody really took the class or religion seriously, and it often upset my teacher.
Okay.
The next day, she was getting mad at the class about not paying attention to the video.
Where do you live? Is this like the Bible Belt? Where are we? Utah? Well, no, it's Catholicism. That's not Utah. That's Mormon. It sounds like a UK moment. Is this something that happened in the UK? Could have been a private school. Yeah, I guess so.
Now, fair popular guy raised his hand and said he would go home and watch more of his videos.
I actually love that guy. I subscribe to him.
He asked, "Did you really?" And he, very defensively, replied, "Yes, I did." I instantly burst out laughing because I thought he was joking.
I just did that now. I think he's sticking around too. I would have laughed too. Oh, but I can see where this gets up to. I can see where this is headed.
I wanted to be the first one to laugh some other
yeah, sure, yeah.
The only one laughing in a completely
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
Everyone turned to look at me, including the guy and the teacher, and they all stared at me like I had just kicked a puppy. And I realized I had just made fun of someone who was actually trying to better himself and make the teacher feel better about her job.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Now, and this still makes me feel so embarrassed.
That's a great one. That is a fantastic story. Because that's like perfectly relatable. Everybody's been through something like that. You were trying to do something because you thought it would make you look cool. You're the only one that did it. That's fantastic. This is similar to the story that I've told on my stream before about the girl who I called the poster. I still think about that. I feel kind of bad.
When I was in high school, I sat next to this girl that I liked, and I wanted to ask her to homecoming.
Yep.
You know how TIA for calculators let you type out letters?
Yeah.
Well, during the quiz, I used my calculator to type out homecoming.
Ooh, that's
and slid it to her.
Okay.
She very quietly says, "No, sorry." And I just sit there for the rest of the quiz.
Okay, you know what? It could have been.
But the story doesn't end there.
All right.
A few days later, our teacher asked who was easily embarrassed for a demonstration about magnetism. Everyone in the class immediately shouts my name because I was, in fact, very easily embarrassed.
That's a really weird personality trait to have that everybody knows about. Why does everybody in the class know? Oh, that guy gets so embarrassed. That guy over there is the most embarrassed person. This is a weird teacher. Well, it might be funny.
For the sake of anonymity, I'll call the girl Julia, and my best friend that also sat next to me, Tim.
Yeah. Funny way to say that. Their names are definitely Julia and Tim. You don't have to lie. Listen, I get why you did this, but I promise you the stories that are submitted to Cringe Confessional are 100% anonymous. I get that you don't believe me, because it would be kind of funny if I held on to those and they weren't actually anonymous, but I swear to God they're 100% anonymous. All the way through. I would change names too if I was submitting to Cringe Confessional. I get it.
So my teacher goes, "Anna, you are attracted to Julia, and Julia is equally as attracted to you.
Okay.
You are also attracted to Tim, and Tim is equally as attracted to you.
Yeah.
But you are more attracted to Julia than you are to Tim."
Okay.
My face is beet red. The entire class is out of breath from laughter.
Okay.
By now, the calculator story has been spread to the entire student body, but my teacher had no idea. She kept going with this how attracted I am for 5 whole minutes, but it felt like years.
She did. She knew. You think the teachers don't know? You think word doesn't get around the teachers' line? She fucking knew.
I cringed so hard I am still suffering from the long-term balding.
That's funny.
Anyways, we ended up becoming pseudo-friends.
Oh, that's sweet. Good ending.
We both told our physics teacher the calculator story on the last day of our senior year and had a good laugh over it.
That's a good ending. That's pretty funny. What's a pseudo-friend? I kind of get that. Like a pseudo-friend is like somebody who you like know and you like, you would sit with at lunch, but you don't like go to their house, right? Situational friend. Yeah. You're not going at it. That's a fun, cute story. I don't know why you doing the TI-83 thing had to spread throughout school, though. That feels unnecessary, right? It's just a rejection. High school must be so hard. Especially now with the internet. Oh, my God. You guys are hell.
When I was in the first grade, I did a lot of...
I forgot about this. Whose voice is this? This is Rod, I think. Rod always has some issues with the word grade. This is not the first time.
When I was in the first grade, I did a lot of my word definitions from infants.
Okay.
For instance, I thought that the word rebel meant good guy, cause Star Wars.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. This is going to go very wrong in a few minutes when you tell the rest of the story, but I get it.
So we start learning about the Civil War with the Duck.
Oh, no.
And they introduced the Confederacy as the rebel state. So I said, go rebels. I learned the true meaning that day, and I learned to research before I cheered.
That is a fantastic story. Short, to the point, that's great. You know what's crazy? The other kids were thinking the same thing. You're in the first grade. They don't fucking knew. There's no way those kids knew. They were like, oh hell yeah, we love the rebels. Yeah, it depends on where you live in America too. Maybe the whole class cheered, including the teacher. Fantastic story.
When I was in the 8th grade, myself and the rest of our class would play soccer during lunch. Before a match, we'd have captains draft their teams. I was always selected first or second, not because I was great at soccer, but because I had the strongest leg.
Again, weird personality trait to have, weird attribute. You were born with a strong leg perk, not even legs, just they were just like, hey, that kid's got a really powerful leg. We gotta get him on it.
One time, a girl was chosen as the opposing team's goalie. After 15 minutes of playing, the score was
kick the shit out of that ball.
I was frustrated because the other team was doing everything they could to keep the ball away from me.
Oh no, that kid's got a strong leg. Keep it away. You gotta keep the ball away from that kid. He's got the biggest leg. This kid's just walking around with the most defined leg you've ever seen. Steroids into the right leg only.
As the lunch period was winding down, I finally got my chance. The ball was passed to me and I let out my frustration with the strongest shot I could muster. I let drip and absolutely crushed the girl right between the eyes. It gets worse. The ball bounced right back at me. I took the second shot and hit her in the face right down her hands.
Combo! This dude saw the ball coming. He fucking good timing. That's funny. Okay, good great. That poor girl. Honestly, I don't know if you were targeting for the second one, but being able to hit the same target twice is like genuinely impressive. By the way, good goalie. She blocked both of them.
She went down to her knees crying and had some blood running down her nose. The rest of the class was not happy with me, to say the least. I have to give her credit though. She did block the shot.
Yeah, good for her, honestly. Good goalie. W goalie. Why did he do the combo? Because he wanted to make the goal. He knocked her once, and then she got in the way of the second one. It'd be an insult if he didn't take the shot. But, well, I'd be mad as hell, too. If they kept the ball away from me the entire game, I would absolutely rocket that shit the moment I got to touch it. And then they're mad at you for cracking it. Maybe if they gave you more shots, you wouldn't have to store up all your pent-up energy in that one. Kid with the big head.
In my freshman year in college, I had a major crush on this one girl in my class.
Yeah?
She was an artist and invited me as her date to a gallery where some of her work was being showcased.
Oh my god, okay.
Before the show, she took me to a spot that overlooked the entire city because she wanted to watch the sunset with me. And during the show, she kept on holding my hand.
Oh, that's so sweet.
On the ride home, she mentioned that she still lived at home, but her parents were on a cruise. So I responded with, damn, I hope they have fun on the cruise.
Honestly, good. That's a good answer. That's because you don't want to assume what she means. You don't want to assume what she means. But I love that your first thought is like, damn, I hope they have a good time. I've never been on a cruise.
Later on the drive, she asked me if we could stop at her place because she was tired and didn't want to drive all the way to mine. So I agreed. When we walked into her door, I pulled out my phone to call an Uber, and she grabbed my arm and goes, "What are you doing?" And I looked her dead in the eyes and say, "Well, I can't walk home." She then starts tearing up and goes to her room, and I sit confused alone on her couch for 15 minutes waiting for the Uber. She ghosted me a week later. It took me 6 months to realize that she probably asked me out on a date and had feelings for me.
Yeah, I don't know. How do you fumble this hard? Listen, it's easy to say what you should have done from the stands. When you're in the game, it could be a little... I get it. You don't want to make assumptions. You had a nice time. You don't know what she... You know what I mean? Like, she definitely wanted you to, like, follow her and ask her why she was around. I'm very shit to her. He's dumb as hell. Yeah, maybe a little... that is a lot of time, I guess. She should have said something. Yeah, but what do you say? Missed connections are the worst kind of connection. I think everybody has a story like that, right? Where, like, you think you're making it as clear as possible, and then the person doesn't work, and then you go around.
One time during choir class, a girl walked up to me and said that I had the paths of a Disney character. I responded saying that I had no clue what that was supposed to mean. I proceeded to walk towards my chair trying to imagine what the paths of Bambi and Buzz Lightyear looked like.
That's something that'll stick with somebody for life. Because that's so suspiciously pointed. I would be thinking about that for the rest of my life. Yeah, I'd be like, what did they I would be watching every Disney movie like, that guy? Yeah, well, yeah. And I'm sure sure that other person never thinks about it. The person that said it never thinks about it ever for the rest of their life. They forgot they said it. For the person they inflicted it on, thinks about it forever. I never thought about how much power words can have. You could inflict somebody with a lifelong ailment that way and just tell them that it looks like something very specific and then just walk away. You'll never remember it, but they will. Shrek is not a Disney character. I'm mad at you for saying, you know what? Thanks for tuning in to Cringe Confessional. Sorry it's over. That fucking guy ruined it for everybody. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked it, go ahead and subscribe. And if you didn't like it, get the fuck out. I don't like you either. I don't pick the stories, you know. Somebody else does that for me. I just do the best with what I can. Get the fuck out of my channel. But subscribe before you go and drop a like. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Go to the recommended and watch something else I made. You can get off of this video. Just go to another video. Hey, I do a lot of other Cringe Confessionals, and I'll watch one of those. Hello, fellas, and welcome back to Cringe Confessional, the only show on the internet that asks, what's wrong with you? I built a website, cringe.cody.gg, where users could anonymously send me the worst thing that's ever happened to them. Harrowing stories of love lost and a lot of poop pants. If you watch this more than once, you're going to see a lot of poop pants. I have my mods go through and pick 40 of the best stories, and we're going to go through them tonight. But I'm not alone. I have my good buddy, the Cringe Bot, 3,000 here to help me. Isn't that right, Cringe Bot? Little weird when you put it like that. I wish you wouldn't say that, Cringe Bot. We'll keep working on it. We're going to iron out some bugs. Thanks for tuning in to Cringe Confessional. Let's get into some stories.
Back in 8th grade, during art class, the teacher would allow to watch anime while I draw. For some strange reason, I decided to watch the worst anime I could possibly be watching during school.
What is it? What do you think it is? It's not porn. Come on. Stop. I'll bet you 5 kids know.
I was watching Kill La Kill.
Fucking told you. That's basically porn. Is Kill La Kill the one with the girl who is very skinny? Yup, there she is. Ryuko. Yup, that's pretty bad. But at least it wasn't porn. Please, continue.
I was watching Kill La Kill, which is a show about half-naked girls fighting with scissors.
I know, I see it right here.
One of the characters in the show's skirt flew up, and the guys sitting behind caught a glimpse of what I was watching and started laughing their asses off.
No! They caught you! What is this dude watching?
After that, I thought learned my lesson.
Okay.
But apparently not.
What happened then?
I sat in the corner of the room the next day, so nobody could see what I was watching.
Well,
I started watching Hajime no Ippo.
That's the boxing anime, right? That one's not bad.
During one of the fight scenes in the show, there was a little sister character rooting for her brother in the crowd. And screaming really loudly with an echo which made the whole class start laughing.
How loud are you listening to anime? Part of me thinks you wanted some attention. At this point, if the whole class can hear it, how loud are you listening? You bro, he's on full volume? How about we invest in some AirPods? Do you really not have any other way to do this discreetly? I'm glad you got in trouble. I hope you learned your lesson.
Morale of the story anime was a mistake.
You did, thank God. Every anime will have this shit, I assume. I don't know, I've never watched it. Can't even understand Japanese. I mean, so wait, that's true. Was it for you? Were you watching subs? The whole class has to listen to these Japanese ramblings, and then randomly, in the middle of the class, a little girl goes, Oni-chan! I would laugh too. And then I beat you up. If I was the teacher, I would beat you up, bro. Oh my God.
I was working a summer job at Little Caesars. One morning, I was working with just one other guy, and only I knew how to use the cash register. The doorbell was broken the day, so my coworker kept having to call out to me when somebody came in so I could work the cash.
Okay.
He thought it would be very funny to keep pranking me and telling me somebody came in, so I would walk to the front of the store and see nobody is there, and he would laugh.
Classic. Gotcha again. We have no customers. We're going to be out of a job in 2 months.
So I started having to stand on my tiptoes to look over the pizza oven and see if someone was there before I went over.
Uh-oh, short guy. Short guy, right?
He told me someone came in. I looked over the oven and saw nobody, and called back to him, no, there's not. I'm not falling for it. He continues to insist to me that there is. No, there's not. I'm looking back and forth with him out loud for a
Oh my God!
I go to the front and there is a very uncomfortable person waiting at the counter who heard the whole exchange.
Oh
How do you
no!
apologize for that? I think I tried complimenting her like a movie keychain.
Oh no! I thought it was a little person, not a little person. You know what I mean? I thought it was just like a 5-foot person. Or so, oh no! They thought you were playing a prank on them. The prank was supposed to be on you, but that guy in the Little Caesars is like, why are these guys being assholes? I just came in for my hot and ready pepperoni French pizza. And then honestly, you complimenting her sounds so condescending. Complimenting her Lego movie. Shoot, that's so tempting. You're an asshole. You and your friend. I hope you both get fired. Oh wait, you were working a summer job at AT. You know what? Okay. That guy got you good though. And you look like a piece of shit. He looked like a fine, upstanding employee. You look like an asshole. You know, as soon as the little person walked through the door, he was like, oh, he's not, I know it. Oh, he's not gonna believe it. I got his ass down. Oh, he knew. He knew he hit the jackpot. A plan really came together.
When I was probably like 10, I was in Cracker Barrel.
Woo! We love Cracker Barrel. Delicious. We eat breakfast all day. Cracker Barrel. Delicious.
I always wanted the zebra strip gum because my brother said that it was the shit.
It's
But my
so
parents
bad.
never let me get it.
It's so bad. It runs out of flavor right away. Wait, why wouldn't your parents let you get it? It's like $1. Penny pinchers, a duck kit, kidney corn if you go to Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel is like exclusive. Well, not exclusively for poor people. It's for poor people or well-off white yuppies on their way like to Disney World. I'm definitely protected, by the way, with the Disney World trip. Whenever we went to Disney World, oh, baby, we always got the Cracker Barrel. It was delicious.
Eventually, I just really wanted it.
Oh,
so I stole it and put it in my pocket.
no.
Once we got to the car, I pulled it out and my dad saw me.
Okay, we're gonna get away with that. You pull it out instantly the second you get back to the car. Oh, hell yeah. My dad won't snitch.
He told me to go back inside and put it back. I screamed at him until he grabbed my hand and tried to take it from me.
Okay.
I don't think you understand how much I wanted those 10 seconds of flavor lying as tattoos.
Yeah?
I then punched him in the stomach.
Oh, man.
And because he ate 3 adult he threw up on me.
He was probably standing right over you, too. He punched it. It was totally, like, it was just involuntary. That shit was probably still warm, too. Trust me. Oh, dude. Oh, mushy. You probably got your hair.
I wrenched my arm out of his hand and ran around the parking lot. I also shit my pants while running, and I have never received so many spankings in my life, bro.
Okay, be honest with me, Chatter. Was that last part a little bit of embellishment? Did we embellish a bit? We didn't have to. You had enough sauce on the rest of the story. You didn't need that little bit of garnish at the end. I think you had plenty. But if that's true, what a fucked up day. Just to be clear, this is all about zebra striped gum, which once you've had it, you realize it's bad. It's like $1 for 15, and they lose flavor within 5 seconds. It was just the forbidden fruit. You committed a petty crime. Your dad got your hand. You punched him in the stomach. He throws up on you. You run away to where? And then you shit your pants. We're eating at the Cracker Barrel. So I feel like when you try the gum, you're gonna realize how much this rift in your relationship with your dad was not worth it. You're gonna be regretting that for the rest of your life.
It's 5th grade.
I love it when Rod pops the grade. Love it when he does that.
In 5th grade, an Asian family moved next door.
Every time it's
The mom spoke some English, and the dad barely spoke any.
Uh-oh, time for some racism!
Their son was barely old enough to speak full sentences. One day, while I'm outside, a kid shouts "Ni-hoo" at me. I get quite excited because in school, we were learning some basic Chinese.
Yeah, chat, don't correct the TTS. This isn't a real person reading the story.
For the next couple of weeks, I worked extra hard studying some conversational Chinese with the help from my teacher. Sure, I so badly wanted to impress and speak their native.
That's sweet. That's
After
a nice,
working
that's
up
a
the
nice
courage,
goal.
I start speaking Chinese to the mom.
Okay.
After a few moments, he stops me and says, "Honey, you're Korean." I did not go back outside for at least a week.
Oh, God! What did the kid say? Oh, I guess that might... Does that mean something in Korean? Oh, I'm confused now. It's not anything in Korean. Okay, yeah.
After a few moments, the kid probably heard me clue from some show.
I bet I know what show, too. I bet I know the show. I can think of one show in particular. Yup. Caillou, by the way. Not all of you know that. It's Ni Hao Thailand. No, it's Thailand. What the fuck? I thought it was Ni Hao Caillou. I don't know why I thought that. It is Thailand. I will say, and this is not a joke, there wasn't a lot of, like, Korean exposure in media when I was younger. There was, like, you know, you had a sense of, like, what was Chinese and what was Japanese. So when I was younger, I didn't know Korea was, like, a thing. Like, 90s and 2000s. Yeah. Not until I was, like, I don't know, maybe middle school, high school? So, like, when you're a kid, it's, like, it's Chinese and Japanese. That's really all you know for a little while. And probably not true anymore, actually. That's a dumb thing to say. Because now the world is much more, like, open and visible. It's not just what you see on TV and K-pop and stuff. So, yeah, not anymore. Yeah.
When I went to a dress-up party for my friend's birthday, I had a hard time choosing who to go with, and I went to Rigby from regular show.
Okay.
I was putting on my face paint. The brown paint my mom bought was darker than she thought, so when she was done, I was blackface.
Uh-oh! Another racism moment! Not two in a row!
When I got there, I was the only one dressed up.
Oh, fuck! It got way worse!
It turns out my brain thought it said dress up, but it said dress up in clothes you don't mind getting wet. Also, the mom of my friend was scared when she first saw me. Their whole family is black people.
Oh my God.
Worst of all, my crush was there and my entire friend group was there.
Oh my God.
Me and my friends still joke about them to this day.
Oh
but
my
crush never talked to me after that day, and it was never allowed at my friend's house ever again.
Good, I hope your ex is doing good. You should have been launched out of your state by a catapult. Dude, the audacity to show up in blackface when nobody else is dressed up. Age is crucial here. I don't think we have anything. It's a dress-up party for a friend's birthday. Okay, but hold on, I found something crucial here.
I was putting on my face paint. The brown paint my mom bought was darker than she thought, so when she was done, I was blackface.
This is Mom's fault. How did Mom let you out of the house like that? Why would Mom do that? Mom would know what would happen. She wanted you to get launched in a catapult over state lines. She wanted you to get sent into the ocean. Your mom doesn't love you. This is how you find out on the Cody String. Send you to a party like blackface. Good Lord.
So it was November 9th, 2004, and I had just come back from a movie date with a girl I had a crush on for years. Absolute 10 out of 10. We got to my bedroom in my apartment, and we started having fun in my bed.
We're all adults.
However, neither of us noticed the front door to my apartment opening and shutting as my roommate came into the apartment. Now, you may recall I know the exact date this event happened, and that is because this is the day Halo 2 came out.
Okay.
Thinking I was asleep or something, my roommate burst through the door, wearing a Master Chief helmet he had bought at GameStop with his Dragon Ball Z shirt on.
No way.
Now, this helmet was not meant to be worn as a mask, and it had no way to see outside it.
No way. Of this from the real Master Chief. Stepping into your bedroom while you're getting down. Master Chief, what are you doing here?
Finishing this fight.
Tag me in. Tag me in. I'll get it done. Alright, please continue.
Now, this helmet was not meant to be worn as a mask.
Okay.
It had no way to see outside it.
Okay.
So there was my roommate, chanting, "It's Halo time, baby," and leapt on top of the two of us. He instantly knew there was a second body and took off the helmet and said, "I'm sorry, man," and scooted away from the two of us.
Oh.
We looked at each other, decided to pull up our pants and part ways.
Okay.
I spent the rest of the night playing Halo 2 with my roommate.
The good ending. The good ending. You got the good ending. Honestly, dude, the night Halo 2 came out, you would have never had that experience again. Nothing hits like the Halo 2 night coming out. Seriously. You may have missed out on a night of pleasure, but you got some great bonding time with your friend and roommate, who sounds sick, by the way. Your roommate sounds awesome. You'll remember that night for the rest of your life. That's a great story. By the way, how old are you? You had an apartment in 2004. Let's say they're 20 in 2020, so 1984. You're older than me. Hey, thanks for watching the stream. Bless you for that. So I'm trying to think of from her perspective, because if she's, I assume if she's a 10 out of 10, she's a gorgeous young lady. She doesn't know what Halo is, so she just thinks this is like a setup. She thinks your roommate is like in on something, like you're tricking her. Yeah, she has no idea what it is. Yeah, this is like Halo 2 cheap. Like, she doesn't know what Master Chief is at all. Your roommate just burst into the room in basically a costume. She doesn't know what Dragon Ball is either. She thinks he's just in a costume. She probably thinks you do this to all the girls you take home. Like, she thinks Halo is the next thing. It's Halo time, baby! No, I don't want Halo. I don't want Halo. This might be one of my favorite stories in the Cringe Confessional history. I love this tale. Just Master Chief bursting into your room when you're trying to get down. Bless you for writing it.
So, I was at school in Monroe grade.
It's time to go back. First third grade, go back to school.
One of my friends told me that if you flip your jacket with your hands in the pockets and sleeves, then jump off the tallest part of our playground and flap my wings, and
I know.
I did fly and broke my arm and chipped my teeth.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of brain damage too. It makes sense that the one arm break smartest Cody viewer. The one RP grade really ties this all up in a flow, right? Because, like, with the rest of it, it's like, oh, you were a stupid kid, LOL. You're just fucking dumb. You're stupid. You are a dumb person. This happened yesterday. I have a first grader in the chat that's crying in a cat.
I played tennis in 7th grade.
Yep.
One day, me and my teammate were messing around during tennis practice, and we found leftover fruit lying around school grounds. We picked them up and hit them with our tennis rackets.
They exploded.
I was fascinated by how the tennis racket totally shredded the apple into little cubes.
That is kind of cool, actually. I've never seen that.
So later that day, I decided to do it in my family room.
Why? What? Why did you do that? New dumbest chatter. We have a new dumbest chatter. Congratulations to this guy who has beat out the first grader who jumped off a playground. We have a new dumb champ.
I grabbed an apple and started bouncing it on my tennis racket.
Okay.
Apple chunks got everywhere. I tried to clean it up, but my parents still found chunks around the room.
Imagine being that parent. Hey, why are there apple chunks everywhere? Oh, I was bouncing an apple and chopping it up with my tennis racket. Son, we have knives. Yeah, but watch this. Stop doing that!
They asked what happened and I denied knowing anything.
I don't know. Hey, did you guys, like, lose an apple or several? Dad's got a problem. Dad be hiding apples and probably cheating on his mom. What else could Dad be hiding?
However, my parents had set up a camera in their family room, and they looked back on the footage to see me bouncing an apple on my tennis racket. They made fun of me for years. I hope they still have the footage.
Amber, you must have gotten up to a lot of antics. What kind of antics and misadventures were you getting into with your parents? Like, Dad said, I'm buying a camera. Ask your parents to send me footage. I say this a lot, but I gotta see this video. Bouncing an apple on them. Because, like, it doesn't just chop once. Like, you have to keep going, right? You have to keep trying to blend it. It's gonna take a couple tries. My family recorded me as a young kid and hosted me getting into America's Funniest Home Videos, so I couldn't. That was the whole plot point on some old, like, Nickelodeon cartoon shows and shit, where, like, I forget what shows, but it might have been Rugrats, where, like, Stu buys a camcorder. He's like, alright, do something funny. That was a real thing.
When I was 14, there was this really high life.
Oh, I love
So, being the genius I am, decided to fake drown. I would hold my head underwater for like 50 seconds, and then come back up fake drown to get CPR from them. So I did. And about 15 seconds in, I realized I really needed gas for air.
New record! New dumbest chatter! Actually broke the record 3 times in one night. Unbelievable. One guy broke off a playground with their wings and broke their arm and chipped their tooth, and this person almost fucking died. We are lowering the bar with every story.
At this point, I started to actually fucking drown and fell unconscious. But on the bright side,
the first place story. Yeah, congratulations. Honestly though, 14 is absolutely the age for this kind of a movie. This is like teenage sex comedy, super bad shit, right? I gotta get laid. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna drown. But this is a Jonah Hill Michael movie. It's an actual Sandlot moment. Wait, really? I didn't know the Sandlot had that in it. I thought that movie was about baseball. That's real? I was a little Giants guy. I never watched Sandlot.
When I wanted to have a first kiss with my girlfriend and didn't know how to ask, I elaborately planned to ask during a movie we were watching.
Okay. By the way, the TPS does not read stuff in parentheses. So I'm going to take it out of parentheses and rerun this so you can see what movie they were talking about.
I elaborately
There we go. We got it.
during the movie we were watching. It was Top Gun.
Top Gun!
When it come to the scene where they started to kiss, I asked, what do you think about this dude? What about his son is the question, and the scene was switched to a totally sex scene. You know the one.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Too much risk. Shall we? I've never seen Top Gun, so I don't know the scene. But I can imagine it was fun.
It went poorly that time.
Yeah.
She just played it off as confused.
What? I don't know what that is.
We ended up getting married eventually.
Aww.
The first kiss took a few more weeks because I was an awkward person.
I mean, I don't blame you for that. One, bless up, congratulations, I guess it works. However, I do not recommend chatters try this same strategy. Chatters, don't do this. Don't see this person's success and be like, oh, there we go, I want a wife. We'll wake up tomorrow and check Twitter. For some reason, Top Gun is the #1 movie on streaming right now. Thousands of Americans are watching it with their sweets, just holding for the scene. Just a forbidden technique. How many times do they kiss before the sex scene? You're gonna have to like rewatch it. You're gonna have to be sure. You can't be every kiss. Oh, that's a great story. That is a fantastic story. That's the best.
Freshman year of high school, I tried out for our baseball team. I was pretty good and made varsity as a pitcher freshman year, but didn't start. Our school was pretty small and private, so it wasn't that impressive.
So proud of you.
Our playoff game was away. I, of course, was riding the bench. Our starter pitched in the 5th, and I came in for the 6th. I throw my first pitch as fastball. I overextended a little. Known to me, I had a fat bowl of crab dip 2 hours before the game.
You know, we've been pretty good about